Hey, everybody, what is going on? Another episode of the All Pro JAFFOs, bringing the highly elevated sports talk for the highly elevated sports fan. I am your humble host, JP.
Hey, yo.
And with us on the Wednesday evening, because Kay is once again going to be late, our F1 guy, Caleb, the quarterback. Sunshine. You
It's
haven't
hilarious.
found a new one? You haven't found a new one for me yet, so you should find me something F1 related. How about that?
Got you.
And we'll go with that.
Okay, I got you.
Make it a Gunter soundbite somehow.
No, I got one for you.
Again, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk a little bit of F1. We got Hans Themisto joining us in 30 minutes to talk boxing, and we've got all things NFL, XFL, NBA, and everything else that you could possibly think of. Whatever comes to mind, we're talking about it. But we're starting with F1. Caleb, you were nearly spot on with your fucking prediction.
There's no nearly, man. It's either you're on it or you're not.
You at least got the winner correct. You got Checo correctly.
Yeah, that was nice to see.
It's just your 2 and 3 that got screwed.
Yeah, fucked.
And it was literally off by 1.
Bullshit.
Obviously, you were predicting Max would have a DNF. He had far from that. He was driver of the day, starting from 15 all the way to fucking 2.
Yeah.
Because the guy makes it look way too goddamn easy.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie though, Checo held him off.
Mexican Minister of Defense.
Mm-hmm. That was
Once
good.
he gets past you, it's very difficult to get by.
You know, it's pretty cool that he's being competitive and he's not. He's like, fuck the bullshit. Like, I'm here to win too. I don't give a shit how much you're paying him.
You know, he's like, it's not my fault he started in 15.
It's not.
Before we go any further, sorry guys. This episode brought to you by Groundbreaking Enterprises, the premier real estate company ready to buy your house as is. Consider selling? Call 510-646-7891 and get your no obligation offer now. It doesn't go without controversy. So obviously there were some videos that I pulled up and I saw that you said, give no attention to these motherfuckers always try to stir the shit. But if I just use my own eyes, I'm looking at it going, Checo was not happy, nor was Max's father.
Max's father's never fucking happy, man. That guy, unless his son's on the goddamn #1 spot, that guy has the sourest face. Or he just, and it's okay. Like, that's his kid. Like, we've talked about this before. I understand. But I'm happy for Checo. Fuck that guy. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is his 5th career win. This one in Jeddah at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Alonso with another 3rd place finish, but that also had some controversy.
Yeah.
So Alonso, to start the race, was a little off-centered on the track, or at least in his spot. He was off to the left a little too far. And for that, he got was it a 10-second penalty?
It was a 5-second time penalty.
5-second penalty. So he took the 5-second penalty, but after that, they hit him with a 10-second penalty because they said the jack was touching the car.
The rear jack was touching the car. And this is almost the same as Ocon, but I don't know. It even watching it, it didn't look right. It didn't look. You know what I mean? It looked like they started early.
Like a
But I
tad
mean,
or like a
after, I mean,
fraction of a
again,
second
after,
early.
yeah, and that, like half a second, whatever. But I mean, the FIA's got to start holding their damn ground and just dishing it out. And I mean, yeah, it
But
sucked,
doing it
but
to everybody. So that's what Aston Martin's argument
yeah,
was.
yeah.
That it's
You
been
don't always do
happening
it to everybody.
continuously,
Yeah,
and
no
they
penalties
haven't said a fucking
rewarded or.
word. But now all of a
Hmm.
sudden,
Hmm.
Aston Martin is not fitting the Formula One narrative of what the race should be. They're trying to screw them.
It's
They're trying
Alonso,
to screw
honestly.
them.
It's Alonso for sure. It's got nothing to do with anything else other than Alonso's in the driver's seat. I mean, and I remember one of the F1 correspondents talking about, the kind of arrogance, but then you kind of do the math and you're like, shit, he's right. Like, because I guess he would say that wherever he went, he would add, or he would have half a second quicker in the car than it should be projected. And then it's like in every case, he's added half a second to the car. Like, and now you see it in an Aston Martin, and it's like, oh shit, like, you know.
Like the
So
dude is actually good. I mean, I
yeah,
don't think anybody has ever questioned
no,
Fernando Alonso's skill.
no,
We're talking about a world champion here.
two
In his
times,
own right,
2 times.
2 time. So it's one of those things that you look at it going, damn, he's been in the fucking F1 for 20 years, pretty much longer than, and he's almost like Tom Bradying it. Just staying in there forever. How old is he? In his 40s now? He's got to be
He's like
in his
42.
40s now, and he's still keeping
Yeah.
the skill. He's got Aston Martin at number 2 right now.
Can you imagine 20 plus years in a race car? How strong that guy's freaking neck is? Oh my
Well,
god.
you've seen him. Jesus, got the veins that are popping out of that man's neck. He almost doesn't have a neck. It's a
It's
brick.
hilarious, man.
Like, the dude has pulled so many G's for so long that he is literally incapable of doing this. He's gonna turn his whole fucking body. This
Yeah.
shit is glued, just stiff, veined out.
Yeah.
You would think he was injecting
That guy's
steroids
got a neck.
straight into his fucking neck.
That guy's got a neck, man.
But he's so small, so he's like a little buff guy.
They're all pretty short,
No, they
honestly.
are.
Like, they're all
But
pretty
just
short.
Alonso just looks like the jacked one.
Yeah.
The rest of them are like,
He's the
fairly
oldest guy
skinny
there,
in
but he's like
comparison.
jacked. Yeah.
So it's just like, God damn. Alonso out there more ripped than all these fools.
Out here looking like Nick Merckx.
Just
Shit.
shit's hilarious. But he's in third place with Max still in first because he got fastest lap on the last lap.
Yeah.
Which there was some controversy behind that.
Well, I
Did
mean,
they
they didn't
tell
really.
Checo to slow down?
They told Checo to keep a pace. Checo was checking in and making sure, like, he was doing as good as what Max was doing. So he's getting times and all that stuff. He's getting Max's times, 32s, 32s. And then they asked him to do a 33 because that would keep Alonso at bay, right? That gap would maintain. They kind of just wanted to make sure that he got home safe. You know what I mean? And he brought it home. And they didn't want to tell Max. They straight up told him, man, don't worry about it. He said, I am worried about it. Like, what? It's like, it's not our concern right now. He's like, it's mine. And I think it was the 49th or 50th lap that they had told him, or at the start, that they had told him that he had done a 1:32.1, and that was the fastest lap of the race. And then he drops stick and goes 31.9, like for so I can and with no time for Perez to respond, so I can see why Checo's a little pissed off about it. He's like, you guys should have told me, like, he was going faster. I could have pushed more, like. But again, Red Bull wants to save the car because at this point, we don't really know how reliable the Red Bull is. So,
I mean, it's only 2 races in, so yeah, I can understand.
and they've already got, drive shaft problems, and Max
Yeah, but
is
even with all
losing
those problems,
downshifts.
they're still dominating the grid.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's not even close.
You can chalk that up to their ground floor game.
Like, it's not even close.
Yeah.
It's literally it's Max versus Checo.
Yeah.
And
It's
nobody
a
else is
great
coming close
midfield
to him.
race, though.
Huh?
Come on, it's a great midfield race, though. No,
Well, you
but
got
honestly,
Alonso with
the
30
work
points.
the work they've done on the RB19, just it's just so subtle. It looks so close to last year's car, but they've found a way to, really take advantage of the underfloor and the aerodynamics of that car, just send it to a whole nother freaking level, man. Like, so hopefully they get their reliability issues out of the way, and we can start seeing a better fight between Max and Checo,
And to be honest,
and see if
I'm
Checo's got it in him. Honestly,
if I'm Red Bull, and this
Mhm.
is just me. Again, I'm not in Horner's position. I'm not in any like. Again, I completely understand that. In my own opinion, if I'm looking at it and I'm seeing, like you said, once they get shit figured out, once
Yeah.
it gets all, like taken care of,
Mm-hmm.
and you realize that it really is just a race between Max and Checo, let them fucking fight.
Well,
Let him fight for it. It's only look, if Max is really your golden child, he will fucking find a way to get it done. It's only going to
yeah.
make him better. It's
But
only
I
going to
mean,
push him to get better.
at the same time, these teams count a lot on what they get after the season, especially with the new salary cap. You want as much, yeah, you get less wind tunnel time, but you get a hell of a lot more money than anybody else, and to keep the Red Bull brand going like that is crazy.
When you have that much invested in one driver.
Exactly. It's 55 million to what, 10 million?
This is one of those times where people would say, "Oh, it's a good problem to have," but in this type of situation, it's not really a good problem to have.
Well, I don't know. It seems like I mean, this early, I can understand. A point is a point, and that would have put Checo ahead. And so I'd be pissed too. But at the same time, like, he's got to understand, like, yeah, you just got to keep winning, man. And you won, and he won in Jeddah, and hopefully
Yeah,
he
he
keep
won
that
in
going.
Jeddah, but how many times is that going to happen, especially if Max is not far behind?
Well, that's why I mean, he still kept him at bay. I mean, the closest Max got was 4 seconds. 4 seconds closer than him.
I mean, that's still a pretty good length.
Exactly. He's still a quarter mile up the damn road. So, it's just kind of, you just gotta let it fade away and not get hung up on one point because Red Bull has the best car
But
by
then,
far.
we also got to look at it as, I mean, we're saying that now, like, yeah, they should have gone head to head.
It's
But then
well,
we're forgetting to realize that Max started at 15.
yeah,
That doesn't happen very often.
yeah.
It's only because of a grid penalty that happened.
But the thing is, even when he caught up to Checo, he really couldn't get any closer than 4
Yeah,
seconds.
but you give him a few more laps. If
By the
they're
end of the race,
starting,
he had a
if
5
they're
second
starting
gap.
side by side together,
No,
like 1-2.
By the end of the race, he was 5 seconds back. He was even further back.
But what I'm trying to say,
and most of the time he kept them at 6, 7. I'm saying like the closest he got was about 4.4, but I mean he was still.
I understand that, but what I'm trying to say is if you give Max more time, or if they would have actually lined up side by side 1 and 2, I don't think it's that close. I think Max is actually the one dusting him.
Well, this is where we're
I
gonna see
honestly
if
like.
Checo's got it or not.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. If you start
I
to
mean, but he's
realize,
got to have it though, because you don't drive a Red Bull fucking car unless you got it, or unless they believe that you can actually win a world championship. You know, you gotta have faith that both your drivers are more than capable of winning a world championship as a driver.
well, that's what I was going to ask. Do you think Checo has the capabilities of winning a world championship?
He's in the Red Bull, right?
I mean, you had other guys in the Red Bull too, but that didn't necessarily mean that they were
Where are
that
they
good
now?
enough to win a fucking championship.
Where are they now? And they never got him the contract extension either. None of those drivers did, except maybe Coulthard and Weber and and Vettel and everything. But like those are all, some of the greats.
Hey, Vettel's underrated, I think.
What do you mean Vettel's underrated? He's not underrated. Everybody loves Vettel.
So smash a Vettel, fuck yeah, we love that guy.
We miss him so much. I would have loved to see a Vettel Alonso team up in fucking Aston Martin and see how that would have gone. Fuck Lance.
Hey, real shit. That would have been something.
That would have been history, man.
That would have been absolutely, and you know what? I think they would have given Red Bull a run for their money.
Hell yeah.
I think it would actually be close too. Not like it is right
yeah.
now, like actually close.
Well, I mean, even Alonso is pretty realistic. He's like, nobody catching them. Like, everyone was like, "Do you think you're going to be fighting?" And the first thing he said was, "No, I'm not going to be fighting them. Like, but I'll be able to." He's like, "I'll be able to, get on the podium, hopefully." But he's like, "You gotta."
He said, "I ain't fighting with nobody. It's just too easy with me."
Yeah.
It's either I'm going or I'm not. There's no fighting.
No, it's not even that. Like if he's gonna like put up a fight against the Red Bulls, and he was just like, no. Everybody else though, yeah, they can get it. So,
no, not with the Red Bull, not yet.
Not yet. But I mean, nobody's gonna catch him in a single season like that. They would have to invest so much money into into the upgrades and all of that stuff.
I mean, bro, when you're looking at how many weeks there are in a season.
Well, that's the thing. Look how quickly things turned around when they introduced the cap limit. Mercedes won constructors the first year, and that was the old car that that they've been tinkering for years. Yeah. For 8+ years that they had been tinkering about, and they perfected it. And then you introduce a salary cap. Well, now you got a new driver world champion. I mean, you still have constructors, and then you go to the next year and you get absolutely blown out of the water, and they can't just throw money at it anymore. Because that's what they used to do. We had a problem. Here's $1 billion. Fuck it. Here's $500 million. Fix it.
Sorry, bro. I was seeing things today. They were literally asking the question: will Lewis Hamilton ever win another race?
Maybe next year when hopefully either they freaking.
Hey, I'm just keeping it real. Not this year, maybe not.
It's not happening this year.
Ever?
Not this year. You got to remember, he still has Alonso ahead of him. He's got his own teammate ahead of him. He's got.
He's a He's ahead of Russell in the standings.
Not
He's ahead of Russell in the standings. I'm looking at it right now. He's ahead of Russell in the standings. Not by much, but
it's like
Lewis
one
is
team,
5 and
right?
Russell is 6.
Yeah. But I mean, we're 2 races in, and they're 2 points apart. So
Leclerc's in 8th. That's got to be frustrating for him. That's got to be so frustrating for Leclerc.
yeah.
I mean, they get a whole new.
They need a whole new team, a whole new like pit.
Is that not what they did?
No, they just got a new pit boss, but they need everybody out of there. Those are the kind of people. But those are the same people who are like, oh, you know what? There's nothing ever wrong with a Ferrari forever. You can never say anything wrong with a Ferrari. You can't say that. We have the best strategy and the best race car all time, forever. Forever in the future as well. And you can't say anything bad about it.
They're those kind of fan base? Those kind of people?
Those are those kind of people. You know?
Like a Dallas Cowboys fan?
Yep. They scored a touchdown and they're like, we're going to win the Super Bowl. Week 1 preseason. Dak's going to lead us all the way. He threw a touchdown first before an interception. We're going to win the Super Bowl.
First, before the others. Oh, shit. That's too good. Here's my question. How is Ocon in 9th? Didn't he like penalize himself out of the points last week? Didn't he? How the hell?
I mean, 4 points is 4 points.
Yeah, I guess.
Tied for 9th. He's not.
Poor Lando.
I don't give a fuck. I need to see Logan do a little bit better.
They got him tied for 14th.
Man, the fact that McLaren is so far down there.
Oh, they stink.
Oh my god,
brother, they stink.
Oh my gosh.
It's only them and AlphaTauri that don't have points right now.
Oof.
Stinks, man.
Man, that whole little trade and dust up and everything just landed them at the behind Williams. Oh god. Alex Albon, baby.
A point is a point, I guess.
Point is a point. Fuck.
Point. Goddamn. Behind Williams and behind Haas. Yikes. Somebody's getting fired.
100%.
I don't know who it is. We know who it should be, but somebody's getting fucking fired.
Logan came in 16th. I'm not upset about it. Okay, I'm a little upset about it. I want to see him do better.
Well, I mean,
I think he's got it in him.
I was going to say, I was like, there's a little bit of a country bias because, yes, it's been a long time since we've seen an American in F1.
Yeah, point next to his name, man.
No,
Williams.
I'm just saying, like, you actually think, like, all biases or whatever aside, you actually think that this kid has it in him to actually be a good fucking racer?
I think he's been racing well.
He has it in him to start competing with this next generation.
But, like, he's been bringing the car home, right? He
hasn't been shunting.
He's been overtaking. You know, he's fighting. You know, he picks his battles, which is good to see.
He's a rookie. Let him ease. Let him ease.
I want to see him do better, though.
Of course. It would be awesome. He would be a national hero.
Roll
if he pulls some shit off like that.
Lance Stroll's butt cheeks.
Oh, and he's Canadian? It's worse. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, he had a DNF. That's why.
Yeah. Stinks.
That's reliability. It's whatever. God damn.
Albon with 1 point. Magnussen with 1 point. Having a way slower start than he did last year. Valtteri Bottas.
Still a
Just
Haas.
a fun name to say.
Gosh, you got to remember, it's still a Haas.
I mean, Haas kind of performed last year.
No, Kevin Magnussen kind of performed last year.
So where did Kevin Magnussen go?
It's still a Haas, Josh.
Got it. Everyone else caught up, passed and put Haas right back in their
Here,
place.
Exactly.
Or Gunter. Everybody loves that guy, but goddamn,
Oh, he'll
can't
be.
catch a break. You think Haas will go to the Ford engine or the Ford power unit? American made. It's only right? The fit's only perfect, right?
I don't think Ford would go to Haas.
If they want, if they want to prove that their shit is top tier, you give your shit to Haas, and if Haas starts competing, that's a huge way to prove that your power units are legit.
No.
If you bring a team from obscurity into contention,
Ford would probably,
because that's the only American-based company, if I'm not mistaken.
it's just because it's Gene.
What?
Just because it's Gene Haas. Have you ever seen a Haas road car here? Ever?
No.
Exactly.
So what is that? What is that?
I think he sells more cars overseas, but I know damn well I ain't never seen a Haas vehicle.
Is Haas even like a?
I don't know.
Or is that just a company name that was
Well, see,
brought up?
you know what I mean? Think about it.
It's the last name of somebody.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the fit would be perfect, and if it's actually successful, you prove it in a big way. What bigger way would it be to prove that you have one of the best power units and best engine than you taking Haas?
No, some people are thinking that Ford will replace Honda, because I don't think after 2026. I think that's where.
Yeah, but if Red Bull keeps this up with Honda, why switch?
I don't think that Honda. I think Honda doesn't want to make the engine or something like that, or they don't want to be in it too long because some shit. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, 610 Beats from the Southeast.
Just in time for the end of the segment.
Mr. Country Cake.
Hey, look. Hey, blame my shitty fucking job, dude.
I was actually going to say, I think I know why. Caleb, I got you on the over-under. We asked, I was like, hey, how late you think Kay's going to be? He's like 10 minutes. I was like, I give him 20.
I had faith in you, bro.
See, the thing is, Caleb, he blue chipped you right now. He blue chipped you right now, Caleb, because Josh knows. I tell him all the time how my job does me. He blue chipped you right now, dude. Just tell him.
Like I got him on this one. He doesn't really know.
We'll talk.
He'll be here. He'll be here in time at least for the second segment, but he's gonna be late.
Sure, especially when I told him, I'm like, yeah, I'm back with the driving company. He's like,
yeah, I already knew.
His exact words.
Caleb. So Caleb, the next race. Oh fuck, my bad. Hold on, let me go back here. Yep, I knew that was a bad idea. Okay, there we go. Now, next race coming up March 31st through April 2nd weekend. That's 2 weeks from now, right? Not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yeah.
So next weekend. So see, we're not fucking up. We're getting the schedules right this time. 31st to April 2nd. the Rolex Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne Grand Prix circuit.
I hope Red Bull gives Danny Ricciardo a lap.
Why? Just use Australian?
No, just in practice or something. He doesn't have to
Why
give a.
though? But
Huh?
why?
Because this is his home race. Fuck it. He was the
A
only
practice
Australian on the grid.
No,
Wait.
you wanted to go
No,
full.
no.
Okay, have him take Checo's spot. You
Nah,
really
fuck
want to do
Max's
that?
car. Fuck it.
They wouldn't dare. You thought Max's dad was pissed. Now you have them fucking take out you take him out for Danny Ricciardo.
In free practice 1, ain't no harm in that.
I'm talking about like in the actual race.
Why would they do that? How does that make any sense, Josh? You gotta think about these things, man. What are you doing?
Now we're just turning it. That's fine. That's fine.
What do you mean turning it?
Who is your?
Why would you assume that I wanted Danny Ricciardo to do a lap in the race? Why would you assume that?
Well, I said, fuck it, let's go all the way. You're like, fuck it, let's do it. That's why I said. I was like, you think Max's dad would be pissed now? Can you imagine?
I didn't know you said fuck it, let's go. Like just fucking. I didn't know you said that shit. You're talking out of your ass. God damn it.
Australian Grand Prix.
Oh.
Who do you got? What's your race order this time? You were pretty fucking close. You picked Checo as the winner his last race. The only thing that didn't happen was Max DNFing. He said, DNF this motherfucker, and got second from 15th. So
I'm happy about that.
So, but basically anything else outside of Max, you basically nailed the order on the head. What are you looking at in 2 weeks? For the grid to look like? Who's coming away with the win?
I'm just gonna keep saying Max DNFs. I'm just gonna keep saying that. And Checo wins.
DNF every race.
Yep. I'll eventually be right.
What if he actually picked it? No, I'm
Eventually,
actually
I'll
going to win
get
this
one of
race,
those
and then he
motherfuckers
DNFs.
right.
That's still not a guarantee, though.
What?
I said unrelated topic. Did you guys hear it was a tornado in LA today? LA County?
A what?
Tornado.
A tornado in LA.
I didn't read about it.
Just saw the. Send me that post. I'm gonna send it to the group right now. I just looked at the video as I was looking like this, like whole fucking shit up. It wasn't like a big boy like what y'all experienced throughout y'all lifetime, but it was real.
A
Well, back onto the race,
tornado in L fucking A. Well, if that doesn't mean the world's coming to an end, I don't know what the fuck it means. But pick who we got.
I mean, it's happened before, hasn't it?
A tornado in LA? No,
down south in California.
No, I know it did, but it hasn't before. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, I'm saying it has before, like down south in LA. Like they've seen tornadoes before. It's just like once in. I'm pretty sure, man.
Like once in every 2 generations type shit.
Like once in a generation type of storms.
Super thunderstorm that ever.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, you guys are right next to the ocean. It only makes sense, right?
Another tree fell down over by my apartment complex. So
shit, how long has it been raining? 4 months?
Over here?
Yeah.
Shit.
Finally?
On and off.
Seems like it.
The new London. Shit.
That's okay. We're in a drought. We need as much as we can.
You keep saying that, and then you're like, we're drowning.
Yeah, because they keep sending all of our shit over to fucking LA. They keep using it all up.
They don't want to collect water. That's the reason why we're drowning. They don't want to collect water to put out.
They're like, it's too much. The dams are gonna break. They ain't been used like this in decades. We didn't keep up on our goddamn maintenance.
Shit. Pick your winner.
All right. I got Max winning. I got Checo in second. Let's just assume that until we, hear something otherwise. We got Max 1, Checo 2. Honestly, I'd like to see Alonso again, but being realistic, Leclerc is probably going to take third unless some strategy shit happens and then they fuck off again. But
can we
I
just
can see
assume
Leclerc
that's going to happen at this point?
Leclerc is going to be in third. I got George Russell in fourth.
Oh.
And I got Louis Hamdog in fifth.
So Alonso's not even in the top 5.
Yeah. Alonso goes 6.
Why do I feel like he's going to get 2?
It's highly unlikely. Barring a Max DNF.
Can you have 2 picks?
Just for those 2. Max DNF or he wins.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we flip-flop the weeks if we want to. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
It makes sense considering what we've seen.
Pick.
So, next week, ladies and gentlemen, Caleb will be joining us back.
Maybe I'll have some tech talk. I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see how things happen.
I can talk.
We'll have some
new tech,
some
new stuff.
We can have an F1 top 5 for you. Your top 5 best drivers of all time or something.
Maybe. Or maybe we could talk about tech.
Tech?
Yeah.
You mean like technology?
Yeah, like the technology they're using in the cars.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it.
Like technology in the world. And I don't want to sound like an asshole, even though I am. I don't think just based off aesthetic, I don't think technology and Caleb are in the same sentence. I'm just being real.
I get it.
It's just because he's not on social media. That's why you say that.
No, just his disposition in life.
That's also true. He does seem like one of those I'm just going to bunker down and fight the fucking Terminator robots that are coming.
That, and I feel like he'd get to a part of a code.
What's that on your McDonald's Wi-Fi? What was that?
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Ladies and gentlemen of the JAFFO Army, sunshine, go to bed, motherfucker.
Yep, night.
Talk to you next week.
Bye.
Oh, he didn't get his he didn't hear his round of applause. That's all good. We're gonna have Hans coming on in second. Give me a minute.
Switch into the no.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna get him in here in a second. But before we get that started, ladies and gentlemen, we have our message from our wonderful friends over at Raise Energy. Check it out.
What's up, JAFFO Army? JP here of the All Pro JAFFOs, bringing you a message from our proud partners over at Raise Energy. Raise Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring the consumer a powerful yet sustained energetic experience to help us put your workouts and focus in general to the very next level. Perfect for anyone at any time. Raise Energy has become the most popular, the best rated energy drink on the market to date, with a phenomenal flavor profile that puts most of the competitors just downright to shame. Powered by the enhanced Refresh technology, Raise Energy delivers with a performance-enhancing energy drink profile that aids in the most often overlooked categories, which include targeted focus, enhanced recovery time, as glycogen becomes depleted, improve clean energy levels, boost in stamina and in hydration. Most importantly, each can of Rays has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. You should not have to drink or settle for any other energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, opt for the smart choice with the #1 fan voted energy drink on the planet with Rays Energy Drink. Use the promo code ALPHARAYS at checkout to get 15% off of your order. Demand more. Join the Rays Rebellion. Let them know the JAFFOs sent you.
Uh-oh. There he is. Oh, he's back. Oh, no. Things are going wrong. Okay. You there?
Yeah, I don't know why is my screen blackened?
I have no idea. I was going to ask you the same thing.
Dude, I'm in the settings trying to figure it out right now. Like, what the fuck's going on? It's like my light from my camera's not on either. It's just like it's not activated. Hold on, I'm gonna get out and come back.
Got it. Yes. And that's a charge. Waiting on Kay to come in, ladies and gentlemen, and we know Hans is going to be joining us very shortly to talk about a fight that he is extremely excited about this weekend. David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant for the super middleweight, or it's a super middleweight bout. 12 rounds. And that one's going to be interesting. If you've been seeing any of the Showtime things on paper, or not on pay-per-view, but on YouTube, these two do not like each other at all. And it seemed to have all stemmed to a point in time. I guess they met each other at a gym somewhere, and obviously things went wrong. So again, we'll get Hans in here. Kay dropping back in a minute. I got the fight schedule ahead of me right here for the next 2 to 3 months here. Yeah, 2 to 3 months. There's some some fights coming up, big name fights actually that I saw that was coming up that I wanted to ask Hans about. Let's see what Kay does here. Let's see. There it is. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you guys already know this, man. Time and time again. And it's time to get into that conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, from FightScene.com, our great friend in the boxing world. Please welcome Hans Themistode. Hans! You're excited for the weekend, huh?
It should be great, man. It's gonna be amazing, honestly.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've seen you this excited for a fight in quite some time. I mean, there have been moments like with these super fights of the Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, all that other kind of stuff coming around. But this one, I mean, I'm looking at social media. You're itching and chomping at the bit
For
for
sure.
Saturday to come around.
For sure. 100%, man. I'm fiending.
What is it about this fight that gets you excited?
Um, I mean the whole card in general, man. The main event, kind of speaks for itself. Um, I think Ryo versus Chris Colbert is gonna be a really great fight. Whoever loses is definitely gonna take a major step back. Um, Cody Crowley fight is gonna be a really good one. I'm really interested in seeing Spencer versus Ramos as well. So the whole card, man, it's definitely pay-per-view worthy. So I'm really looking forward to it, man.
That's looking pretty good right here. They're coming for Benavidez's WBC interim super middleweight titles. So I looked up a little bit on what's been going on because to be honest, I mean, I get a lot of what's going on from you and then, from the fight world after that because I've
Mhm.
learned from talking to you don't believe a whole lot of the shit that you see out there. So, uh, looking at this fight, I was looking at some things that Showtime had put up on YouTube about the All Access and all that stuff that they put out, and it looks like, I mean, both of them obviously have two, incredible stories getting to this point. But then, you see Benavidez, getting in trouble, not making weight, other substance issues. And Plant, the only loss that he has was against arguably one of the pound for pound greats in Canelo Alvarez.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm kind of up to standard on where your pound for pound list is. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I've seen on here. But let's just not name names. Certain people believe certain things about a certain fighter being in a certain category.
Mhm.
And the responses to said uh, person saying such statements, I have literally the whole boxing world went into roast mode. It went into what the hell is he talking about? It went to just go to Twitter. You can imagine what Twitter had
Mhm.
just said. You already think it's an entire cesspool of negativity. That's exactly what was getting thrown at
Mhm.
said person. Now, from what I've seen, I'm not going to sit here and say Benavidez is a bad fighter, but there's still, at least in my eyes, further things to prove. And they do make a good point. If somehow, some way he does handle Caleb Plant, which I'm assuming a lot of people are in favor of Plant right now going into this fight.
In favor? You mean in favor of Benavides?
I don't know a lot of whole people who are in favor of Benavidez beating Plant,
I think
unless
he
you
was.
are one of those.
I'm. It's tough for me, but I'm probably going with Benavides though. It's tough for me though, but yeah, I
Hmm,
probably.
okay. So that's what I'm saying. I've been looking around, and there's a lot of. I mean, you're gonna have everybody's gonna have their haters and shit like that, obviously, but an overwhelming portion, at least from what I've seen, have been favoring Plant in this situation. But I mean, using what? So what does Benavidez have over Plant? I mean, yes, it's close, but what is it that makes to you that Benavidez might pull this off?
I mean, Benavidez just has a better offensive arsenal for sure. Um, Not really great defensively. I don't think he necessarily hits that hard or even that much harder than Plant, to be honest. He just throws a lot of punches, and his combinations are really unique and really relentless. So, I think at some point, I definitely do think that he will beat Plant, but I don't know. The fight gets closer, and I start to change my mind a little bit. Plant, he's just a really, really, really good boxer, man, and I can definitely see him pulling it off. But I am gonna stay with Benavidez though for sure.
But he's not in that said category list.
Pound for pound list, no, he's not, and you know, look, man, people,
I mean, I was looking at it going like, why is everybody so mad about this? Like, why?
because he's not, man, and you know, um,
Like a lot of
I
people
don't
took it as
know,
a
man.
huge. Is it one of those things? Said person was just kissing ass. Is that like what we were trying to do here?
No, I'm not gonna say it was kissing ass, and I'm not even the type to like beat around the bush and um like not be direct. But Stephen A. Smith,
All right. Well,
oh man,
hey,
you know, I mean, I wanted to be very, very clear because it's like if you say something negative about somebody, then it's like people think that you don't respect them or you disrespect everything about them, and that's not the case. I really do respect his knowledge about a lot of sports, particularly the NBA. But sometimes, or even a lot of times, when it comes to like his combat sports knowledge, it's kind of like I don't know what he's talking about. And just to sit there and say that Benavidez is, I mean, I guess it's an opinion to think that he's on your pound for pound list. I can't think of anybody who has Benavidez on their pound for pound list. But then to also turn around and say he might be the best pound fighter in the world. Again, it's an opinion, man. But it's I feel like when people say stuff like, "Hey, it's my opinion," I kind of feel like that's a shield because technically you can't really say somebody's opinion is wrong. But it's like in the NBA, if I say Chris Paul is the best NBA player right now, like that's my opinion, but it's like I would be the only person that said that. And it doesn't really make any sense. I have no facts or no substance to back that argument. And yeah, just what he said was that point just doesn't really make any sense. And it's just a little bit it's just a little bit frustrating when stuff like that happens, just for
I,
me personally.
I looked at it as one of those you're just blowing smoke up your guest's ass. You're not really looking for confrontation. You're just kind of trying to. Yeah, it just I don't know. I looked at it and like you said, there are certain things that
I don't know if I want to
just
say
dude.
blowing. I don't know if I want to say that, but to a certain extent, it's like not being necessarily knowledgeable about certain stuff. Like for example, like a lot of people know. Not sure if you saw it, but it was like a few years ago. I hope I'm correct when I'm saying it, but like, I think it was Canelo that got a win against somebody, and then Jalen Rose went on like ESPN, and he was just like, I want to see Canelo fight like Terrence Crawford or something like that. Or maybe Terrence Crawford got the win, and he was saying, I want to see Terrence Crawford fight Canelo. It was either or. And I'm just looking at the screen like, what? What are you talking about right now? And I and I, and I don't want to be disrespectful to those guys, but it's like, come on, man. What are we talking about right now?
Well, it's not really so okay. So we've gotten to a point where any sort of disagreement is considered disrespectful, and we need to nip that in the bud real quick because you can't have an honest debate about something with that mindset. Like it just again, there's no disrespect or ill intent. It's okay to disagree with somebody on a
Sure.
take, especially if they're wrong.
For sure.
Like
Uh,
you'd rather educate somebody when they're wrong than to not. That's just my own opinion about it. So when I hear you
mhm.
saying like, man, he just doesn't know, that's an honest take that you're not the only one who believes that. And again, it's no disrespect to him because you can't just discredit him off of, boxing takes, especially like you said, with the encyclopedia of knowledge that he is when it comes to, other sports and stuff like that. It's just right here. Like every other sportscaster out there, everyone kind of has their specialty of what they're really good at, and then the sport
Yeah,
that they really suck at talking about.
for
Combat sports
sure.
is Stephen A's suck at talking about.
Yeah, he's definitely not very good when it comes to combat sports, man. And but it's like you said, everybody has their specialty. Combat sports, MMA, UFC, boxing, not a specialty. Tennis is not his specialty. Like it's just not. And that's not really to knock him. Like I really can't sit here and have like a full discussion with you about hockey. And I'm like a diehard fan when it comes to like pretty much every sport. But hockey, I ain't even gonna lie to you, brother. I don't know. I don't know, man.
But
If
I
you,
mean, he
I
has
don't know.
he has so many shows, he has so much time that he fills up on the air that I guess when you're the networks, you got to kind of feed him something at some point. Got to give him something to talk about, even if that means making an ass on him about himself on national television.
I think that they just give him a little bit. I don't want to say they give him too much responsibility, but like it kind of feels like. I mean, Stephen A. Smith is the face of ESPN. And apparently
Essentially,
ESPN
yeah.
is having like layoffs and like about like 7,000 people are about to get laid off. Um, Stephen A. Smith will not be one of them, but it just also feels like they kind of funnel too many things into him.
Mm.
And if I'm Stephen A. Smith, I'm not gonna say no. Like, I mean, hell, if they wanted me to talk hockey, be like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but I'll give it a shot. Hockey, soccer, okay, it's gonna go left, but I gotta give it a shot, man.
I mean, that's
But
one of
you
those
know,
things I
I
feel like you delegate in order to cover for certain things, right? Like, yeah, you have certain points in the show or certain points, talking about certain things, but then the stuff you don't know, you bring in the player or the coach or the expert over whatever sport you're talking about and let them explain it. You ask the questions of things that you may not know about and let them explain it to the whole world. Like, I mean, I don't understand how if that's a difficulty in the whole thing or what about it that they just don't do it. Like they can't. he- Can we put somewhere? Hey, let's have Hans. Let's him be Stephen A. Smith's boxing expert on ESPN.
mean, hey, man, I mean, of course, I would love that, but I don't want to sit here and be like, oh yeah, like I would be like the best guy, but there's just a ton of people that are just like extremely knowledgeable, like Max Kellerman. He's just like his knowledge on sport is top notch. Even other guys that are just like that like I see work like on a regular basis, like Sean Zattel. He's like amazing. Like he would be like perfect for that type of role, man. And there's just a ton of people that are just knowledgeable of the sport. And Stephen A does a lot. He does a lot of flights. He talks about a lot of sports, and he just doesn't have the time, I guess, to really sit down and buckle down and be like, hey, blah 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 blah. I mean, even like some of the questions, like, I kind of get like a little bit turned off with like some of the same mundane questions, like, hey, where does this beef stem from? Like, come on, man. I don't really, like, oh, it's really a mundane. It's kind of like a typical question. Like, all right, man. Like, so what? Like, we've heard this question like a million times. Like, let's dig a little bit deeper, man. You know what I mean? But man, to each their own. And Stephen A. Smith, he's still the man at ESPN. Shoot, hope I could be like him one day. So, he's the man.
I mean, we all hope to get to some sort of pinnacle at that point where the knowledge has to start somewhere. But again, the knowledge that he has, you can't really deny it. And we've had that conversation here before. It's like, and yeah, certain things just stop. Just don't do it. Don't do it anymore. Delegate it. Do something you have to, but just stop.
That's a fun question for Hans. Could you, if you was show, like, say, at a outlet like ESPN, what would your show look like?
It's a good question.
And can we be on said show when you make it?
everybody getting on, man. Everybody.
Oh, there we go.
Um,
Can we get that in writing somewhere? We have it on a clip.
All right, so not making it broad, let me help you out a little bit. Hans. So, have you ever seen Game Theory by Monty Jones on HBO?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, would you rather have something like that, or would you have something like a First Take? Since we said Stephen A. Smith, or somewhere in between.
It's kind of hard to say somewhere in between, because there's kind of no real in between. It's either you're one on one, but not one on one, but yeah, you're either like one on one, like the whole First Take and whatever. It's kind of like a one on one debate thing, or you have like a Max Kellerman format where you're like by yourself and like you're kind of just like talking to the audience, but then he'll bring in like other guests like Tim Bradley, Andre Ward, things like that. Like, I actually really, really do enjoy the Max Kellerman format, the Max on Boxing that comes on Fridays. The only annoyance that I have with it is that it only comes on Fridays, and when it does come on Fridays, it's only 30 minutes, and it's really not every Friday. It's like some Fridays they don't even give it, which is like really annoying. Like, to me, I think boxing has enough going on for there to be a show like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Yeah.
1 hour.
For at least an hour.
Yeah, for 1 hour. Like, I think it'll be great. So, yeah, kind of like having a segment where, fans send in questions, talking to different fighters, bringing a bunch of different guys on the platform, having debates about certain things. Oh, yeah. So, there's a long list of things that I would do, but ESPN don't want me, so I cannot do it.
Yeah,
that's true. There's other places.
As I said, there are other places, and we're glad that you're always so open to being with us. I do have to give you props and appreciation for that.
Sure.
Because again, you can probably do way more things with your time, but you choose to give some with us and talk about a sport that that we can all appreciate and enjoy. I just wanted one question before we let you go. I'm looking at the fight schedule right now, and this one actually gave me chills because I am a fan of this particular fighter. Oh, well, both of them actually. Devin Haney versus Vasily Lomachenko on May 20th for the lightweight championship. My heart says Loma, but my mind Mine tells me Haney. Where am I wrong and where am I right?
I mean, look, man, Lomachenko. It's kind of hard to It's kind of hard to really critique the guy. Like I was definitely there watching him fight against Jermaine Ortiz, and I'll be the first to admit it, man. I thought he was gonna destroy Ortiz. I really thought he was gonna destroy Ortiz and make it look relatively easy. But he had a really hard time. And I mean, I think he just turned 35. I think he's 34 or 35, or he's turning 35.
He's getting up there. He's getting up there.
And, people want to say that, he just came back from the war, probably was a little rusty, which probably is true. And yeah, he could probably bounce back in the next fight against Haney and look terrific. But there was just certain things that I saw in that fight, man, sitting ringside. And I was just like, I really didn't like it, man. It's not even just that he was maybe a step slow, but at times he wouldn't pull the trigger on certain shots. You know what I mean? I didn't really like that. And Ortiz's jab really bothered Loma. And to me, Devin Haney has the best jab in all of boxing, man. The very best jab in all of boxing, man. So I think that's gonna give Loma a ton of issues. Yeah, if Loma's still in his prime, then I think he will win. But I just don't think he's in his prime. When Loma was in his prime, that dude was just
You
truly
couldn't
unreal.
touch the guy, literally. You couldn't
Yeah,
touch
he was unreal, man. He was unreal. But
But
that's a big fight.
I tend to ask, or I wanted to actually ask you, because I've had this conversation with my brother and everything else like that. But did he wait too long to become pro? Did he spend too much time in the amateurs?
Uh
Because I feel like, I mean, as great as he was in the amateurs, and his prime technically was very early in his pro career.
yeah, I mean it's always tough, man. There's definitely a lot of guys that spend, not a lot, but there's a decent amount of guys that spend, an inordinate amount of time in the amateurs. And Lomachenko, to me, and probably everybody else, is the greatest amateur ever, with 2 Olympic gold medals and a 396-1 record. It's it's unheard of. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, that's why I look at it going like, how many wins did you really need to rack up to think that you were ready to go pro?
the funny thing is, though, it's Andy Cruz. Not sure if you know who Andy Cruz is.
uh, no, not familiar. I probably need to.
He's he's about 27, 27 or 28 years old. I think he's just now trying to turn pro. He just won the gold medal. He's the guy that beat Keyshawn Davis. He beat him a few times actually in the amateurs.
Okay.
He is he is like, yo, to me, my eyes, he might be the best amateur I've ever seen, with my own eyes. Like, I'm not gonna really count Loma, because I've seen Loma in the amateurs, but I haven't seen Loma in the amateurs as much as I've seen this kid. And this kid is wow. He's amazing. So, he is a little bit older, so he is gonna have to get fast track. So it kind of goes to the same thing. Did he wait too long? But just remember, I told you, man. Andy Cruz, when he turns pro, brother, brother. That's all
We
I'm
will
gonna
keep
say.
an eye on that name for sure. He might be taking the
So,
route that Loma took.
he might have to.
Because
He's
when you're
ridiculous.
in Loma, because I don't remember a whole lot of people within their first 10 fights getting title shots and stuff like that. That's what you say fast tracked. When you've been in the amateurs for that long and then you get to that certain age, it's almost like they have to fast track you. It's like
Um,
you have almost Loma has the greatest short stint in boxing like he had a
Yeah,
5-10 year period there where he was untouchable, but then now he's just like you said, he seems just a step slower. It's just he's not the same guy. Now again, like you said, it could be, because of, just got back from a war, fighting for his country, things like that do shit to people,
yeah,
to the mental aspects of everything else like that. So we don't know what this man is going through, honestly.
for sure.
There's a whole bunch of things that could go into this, but I'm just at that point where you said he's like 34, 35 years old. Boxing for that late, in your career normally doesn't end well for the long-term run.
Yeah, I mean, he could have turned pro a bit sooner, but he still would have had some of the issues, man. Boxing is a weird sport where, like, even when he was in his prime, man, he didn't really get like that really big signature fight. Not to me, anyways. Regandow was way too small. Linares has always seemed like he's an elite fighter, but he Linares never really put it together, which is kind of weird because he was a multiple division world champion, and just a really great looking technical boxer. But Linares really was never the guy. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not gonna really count Gary Russell. That was a really young Gary Russell. I'm not really sure if Loma. I mean, Loma probably would have beaten Gary if Gary was in his prime, but I'm not 100% sure because Gary in his prime was outrageous, man. So, to me, Loma didn't never really got that really big signature win because, even if I ask you, what's his biggest win, man?
I mean, if you're looking at it on paper, probably Rigondeaux being a pound for pound ranked at the time.
And he moved up several divisions to make that happen, man. So, yeah, that's kind of like saying Errol Spence's win over Mikey Garcia is the biggest win of his career, which is like it's not. But if you said that, it's not really that impressive. You know what I
Mm,
mean? So yeah, but
yeah.
still a great
I
fighter.
mean, again, like my heart says Loma, but my mind says, Haney because like you said, the dude's just
Do
he's
you think it's
unreal.
Do you think it's
But
actually a 50-50 fight?
I don't know if I would say 50-50 to be honest.
60-40, 70-30, 80-20?
That the 60-40 is probably where I'll leave it in
Okay,
favor of Haney because again, like just I guess I'm getting a little too emotionally invested in it, but there's a part of me that says because at least from what I've seen of Lomachenko, he's one of those guys I can't really count out in any situation. Just like, what if one of these? It's just one of those things. Like, hey, Devin Haney, top of his game right now, undisputed champion. I mean, he had no chance, right? Well, Loma, historically was, people were talking about him as pound for pound one of the greatest fighters that they had ever seen. I remember hearing
sure,
that shit
for
time and
sure,
time and time again.
for
So it's
sure.
like, and I can't l- leave him out just yet. He could surprise the fuck out of everybody because for some reason the last 3 weeks has been all about surprises in the fight game, boxing, UFC, and otherwise. Like
Yeah,
shit has been going down in the fight world. It's just been a change of guard. I don't know what the hell is going on, but the things that shouldn't be happening have been happening.
for
And
sure.
I'm looking at this as this could be potentially one of those situations where Devin Haney better not be sleeping.
Nah,
He better cause
nah.
he's gonna get surprised, and I think Lomachenko might surprise some people.
Nah, Devin's not even the type to sleep. Devin's not even the type to sleep on nobody, man. I mean, if I was fighting Devin, he still wouldn't sleep. Like he ain't sleeping on nobody,
I
man.
am
He ain't
killing
trying to take no
everyone.
losses. Yeah, he ain't trying to take no losses, man. But I mean, hey, like you said, I don't want to count Loma completely out, but I do favor Devin. But both guys are terrific fighters. I think Loma still has a lot left in the tank. But Devin's a monster, man. But I'm really looking forward to that
I
fight,
agree.
man. May 20th. I'm really looking forward to it for sure.
May 20th. We obviously got Davis and Garcia coming April 22nd. Shakur Stevenson, Yoshino on April 8th. It'll be good to finally see him in the ring again. Shakur Stevenson.
We
And
also have
obviously this weekend, the fight that Hans has been waiting for.
Virgil Ortiz versus Stanionis, 29th April. So that's gonna
Ooh,
be a great fight. Great fight. So looking forward to that one.
we got a good lineup these next few weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. So I'm looking forward to all of it. Should be a lot of fun, man.
Oh yeah. And then David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, March 25th, 12 rounds, super middleweight titles. Hans Themistod, appreciate you as always for being on, my friend. Always welcome whenever you want. Appreciate you for being on.
Got you, brothers. Hope you guys have a great night, man.
Yes, sir. You too. Always good to talk to Hans. Easy to talk to. Knows his shit. We know this. Everybody knows this. Okay. Got a question for you.
So
Have you or have you not been paying attention to the NBA?
yeah. Yes, I have. This last week I haven't though, to be very honest. I seen key moments like Ja's first game back is tonight. Paul George hurt himself the same way he broke his leg, almost like his leg bent the same way. The Warriors on the road, and the Lakers surge, but then them boys start fucking leveling off, like fucking Austin Reeves going for 35 last week.
You went for 35?
Yeah, Austin Reeves went stupid, dog, the other day.
I didn't realize he went that fucking crazy. Goddamn.
Yeah, Austin Reeves went off, bro.
Kings are close, man, and they're making me a fan. I gotta say.
I'm a fan of the Kings.
Well, I'm saying like even more so like one of those fans who buys a jersey type of thing.
Mm.
Like
Honestly,
I could be a fan of a team and not really,
yeah, not really
not buy a jersey.
supporting if you
But
pay
it's
purchase $1 million. I got it.
yeah.
No, I thought you had a Kings jersey already though.
Oh, I was prepared. I'm thinking about it.
I would say
And
get a
I
De'Aaron.
feel like it would only be right if it was a De'Aaron Fox jersey.
Yeah, you need him and Sabonis. Those are the two guys. You've been big on Sabonis since they all acquired him. You've
Yeah,
been big.
that I have been.
I fully gave you credit for it. Like you have been big on him and his input on that team and his impact. I mean, not input, impact.
Input, impact, everything. Everything that he's been for the team.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I need to figure out how to get to a game or see if I can put in credentials for a playoff game or something.
Honestly, bro, I really thought you already put in credentials for every sport at this point.
Well, you're right. Certain ones I couldn't though.
Uh,
I
but
couldn't apply for any more they didn't have any more of the credentials available for like the game by game. So the ones that I had to basically sign up for are for next year, a waiting list for next year's season.
That's fine. All right, so the reason why I'm still on my phone, because my camera on my computer just said "fuck it" today. Yeah, like randomly just said "fuck it." I'm gonna just take the night off.
Yep. Yeah,
First
I'm
time.
gonna put my it asked for requested a paid day off. It's got PTO lined up for you.
This motherfucker didn't put no requests in.
He didn't even let you know he's a no call, no show. Fuck.
No call, no show at his highest fucking fashion, bro. Like, look, this
Yeah,
some
what an
bitch.
asshole.
Yeah, this some bitch didn't tell me shit. Just said fuck it. Like what in the absolute fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, you just not showing up tonight? Like, I called this motherfucker back. He just didn't answer the phone. Just took me straight to voicemail. Put do not disturb on. It's like, ow, oh, motherfucker.
This is how
Oh,
you get canned. God damn it.
I'm pacing in the house mad as shit. Like, oh, this motherfucker.
Oh shit. Oh, no, man. I'm looking at the things right now. Give me a sec. I want to see what their upcoming schedule. Well, I think we've probably been over their upcoming schedule.
Oh, I just got a fucking ESPN bleep right now.
Was it about the Kings?
No, listen. It said Mark Cuban protests Mavs loss to Warriors after what he calls the worst non-call mistake possibly in NBA history.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. I kind of want to see it, but I feel like it. Never mind. You got to mute me, dude.
Oh fuck.
I
Hang on.
can't.
I'll get it. There you go. I got you. What is going on with his stuff? I think he's figuring it out. Uh-oh.
Am I back? Did you hear or see anything?
No.
Oh, that fucking sucks. All right, so
You told me to mute you.
I know, but I meant see. I didn't mean here. I said here and see, but I meant see. Because I thought I was able to show you the shit at the same time and it didn't work. But whatever. So pretty much what Mark Cuban's contesting is the Warriors got the ball on an inbound. The ref said it was Warriors ball, and they were basically right by the basket they were scoring in, and Dallas thought it was their ball to take out the ball. So no one was down there by the fucking Warriors. The ref blew the whistle, gave the Warriors the ball fast as shit, and they dunked the ball. Like, one of the players just dunked the ball. Like, that, honestly, it was complete like, bro, it was complete bullshit. If it's legitimate, it was complete like, it's not like Mark Cuban's full of shit. It's like the refs are full of shit, because that, like, why would we be in the fucking professional league and just not guard them on our own basket, bro? Like, why would we just not guard them? It clearly was confusion. Like, you can see like 3 out of 5 players have their hand up like it's our ball. You know what I mean?
It was I'm having it I pulled it up on ESPN right now to see it's obviously my computer's taking fucking forever to load, so forgive me on the wait, but yeah, I'm looking at right here.
Mine said fuck it tonight.
Mavericks believe they had possession of the ball. I mean, okay, there's a difference between believing you had possession and seeing and if you had possession.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Just because you thought it was your ball doesn't mean it was your ball.
yeah, but in that situation, they would check to see whose ball it was. You see what I'm saying? Like they would check. It just wasn't getting the ball. Like fuck y'all. They like if they're respect like, it's our ball, they would stop. Like somebody would stop the game. Like stop the game, no it, and they would check the table just to verify whose ball it was. And if it was Dallas' ball, then that's the bullshit call. Like that's the bullshit bucket. And it almost seems like the refs are like, we're cool with the Warriors winning because they're nice now.
Well, okay, it's playing right now.
Yeah, I'm up, dude.
What? I don't
Yeah,
like their whole team was on the other side of the court. Like what?
exactly.
They had
No
nobody
team,
there to even receive the ball from the ref.
no on the other half thinking it was their ball. They
On
didn't think it
that
was their
side of the
possession.
floor. What? Hold on.
They thought it was their ball on the other half of the court. If the Mavericks score on the other half, they're playing their half court offense. You know, like they're setting up for thinking it's ball on the other half of the court. You get me?
Did they just not realize where they were on the court? Only right here, like what the like nobody was over there. I'm looking at it going, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Warriors on this side and fucking nobody with them.
Yeah. So both teams were setting up in their half court offense on their basket, like their basket to score. That's what that was. So if you were at the game, you were like, why all the Mavericks on this side and why all the Warriors on this side? Like it's pregame. Like that's what it looked like. Like it was pregame.
That is so bizarre.
That's refereeing in today's game. There's no one to make this shit clear. Like no one is gonna hey.
Like the refs didn't want to tell the Mavericks at all what was going on.
Exactly. Like if you're Mark Cuban and you're looking like, what the fuck's going on? You know what I mean? You're not even on the floor. You're just sitting in the first row. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Bro, I'm literally trying to process what the fuck is happening right now because I'm like the video literally starts from the point like all the Dallas players are already on the other side of the court.
Yeah.
There's just 2 Dallas players on the same court side as the Warriors are, and all 5 Warriors players are on this side.
Right.
Ref blows a whistle, bounces it a couple times, hands it to the dude. Easy fucking bucket. What the hell was that?
That was non-communication between the refs and the players. That's exactly what that was. And to be honest with you, that's 100% the refs' fault because they're supposed to inform the team. As a motherfucker, I ain't played in the NBA. I have not.
Every one of the Dallas players.
Basketball. I played multiple levels of basketball, bro. I played, you know what I mean, that lower division pro-am crap and tournaments and shit like that out here in California. In Northern California, let's be specific, because I have not played those dope ones in LA. I played high school ball, you know what I mean? I've never seen that shit. I've been to college games, I've been to fucking the Warriors playoff games. I've never seen that shit before. I've
That's
never
wild.
in my motherfucking life ever watching basketball. But I can tell you, as a motherfucker that played, I know exactly what the fuck happened. Especially when you read the captions, like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. The Mavericks will set up their offense. The Warriors set up their offense. Once the Warriors saw like none of these motherfuckers is coming, all right, cool, quick bucket. We ain't even got to fucking set up offense. We're all going to just stand by each other because these motherfuckers are confused. That's what the Warriors is thinking. And the Mavericks is like, what the fuck are y'all doing? It's our ball. That's what we're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
This is absurd. This is absolutely absurd.
Bro, I'm telling you, that's exactly what happened.
But it's like, just judging by the film, it's like, I mean, I feel like it's easy to say
It's Dallas's fault. But it's not.
I was going to say, I think it would be easy to say that it's the ref's fault, but how do we know that they didn't say anything?
Easy. No grown human that made it that far in life to make it to the pros. So you mean tell me 5 professional fucking athletes don't know how to follow instructions? You gonna tell me at the same exact time, all 5 of them just said, fuck it. We're gonna be rebels. Like, what the fuck? So we just not gonna play defense. Fuck that shit. Let's phone it in. We're not even trying to go to playoffs no more. That ain't make sense. Like, not saying you're saying, but I'm just saying, like,
I don't know, man. I'm just looking at it and I'm just like, I'm looking at everything that they're like, oh, it's absurd, it's bizarre, it's weird, nobody knows, holy shit. Mark Cuban. Wait, hold on. How much did they lose by?
I didn't see the final. Hold on. Check the computer.
Literally by 1 basket. Holy shit.
Well, that makes sense. That's deciding.
Right.
That play literally decided the game.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, I'll be mad as a motherfucker too. Now I know Mark Cuban in there fucking kicking doors and shit. That was the emergency owners meeting. He was at the game, emergency owners meeting. Just watch.
Whose ass are we getting fired? Whose ass are we getting fired? Oh, that's fucking crazy, dude.
FIFA showed Mark and them mad dinner.
Oh, bro, I'm surprised Mark didn't start throwing chairs onto the court. Wow. Okay. Well, Golden State helping their playoff cases a little bit. Staying in the 6th seed. Dallas struggling in the 9. Sacramento dropped to 3. Ooh, Memphis has gone on a little bit of a run. And Ja's back tonight, you said?
That's what my coworker told me. I ain't look into it. My coworker told me. He's like, I got my Puerto Rican coworker, shout out to Ben from New York. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, you know that boy Ja back tonight, right?
Who is his source?
NBA. He watched NBA faithfully, bro. Like, he's so much of an NBA fan, bro. Like, he keeps up with all that shit. Like,
He's following the insiders of the insiders of the insiders type of shit.
He damn near inside of himself type shit. Like, that's how much he follows the NBA. Like, I get a lot of NBA news from him.
We might need to be getting him on here.
Dude, he be driving, he drives the trucks with the fucking phone on the speaker, on his portable speaker, playing the game so he can hear the game.
See, that's an NBA fan right there.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have him on the show one day.
I don't know about that, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know about that. I'm just simply because I don't know his schedule, like,
Oh, okay.
No, the man got a lot of kids, bro. He got 8 kids.
Damn.
Yeah.
No wonder he's a truck driver. Is he long distance?
Huh?
Is he long distance driver?
He drives just like me. Same. He's not doing long distance. Same driver, just like me. Pick up.
Oh,
Yeah, nah, he not one out. He not one of those guys. That's
I was
pushing
gonna say, I was like, if he's a long distance truck driver, no wonder.
short range. Short range. Mm. He definitely ain't. He say every day he do it for his babies. Every day he talk about his kids. Every day. But my
Hey, when
answer,
you got 8 of them, you kind of have to.
I don't get involved. I hear him, don't get involved, and I keep going. That's my antisocial ass. Let me just do my job and get the fuck out this warehouse. Get on this goddamn road.
So let me get done with this, please. Like right now.
I'm sucked into no conversations. Even though, hey, that's my dog for the longest. But yeah, man. Yeah, they talking in the warehouse. That shit.
Always good to have coworkers like that, honestly.
Shit. I'm not that guy. I'm literally the opposite. I say good morning. See y'all later. Have a good
Good
night.
morning. What's the route look like? Fuck off.
I don't say what's the route look like because they print out our sheets. I don't gotta say shit to nobody. I get a sheet, my sheet, and I get my work. I don't gotta ask them about no routes. Unless, like,
And
hey,
then when you leave,
this guy doesn't have
well,
enough, doesn't have this patient doesn't have this. You know what I mean? Like that's about as much as I'm talking. Strictly necessary.
I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. This is straight only for work purposes.
Yeah, no, I didn't come here to fucking be friends.
You come here to socialize, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I didn't. I ain't
scared of you, motherfucker.
and that's my fucking shit. All right, this is why we're here.
Oh shit. Well, NBA looking to it's getting pretty exciting, getting towards the tail end of the season here. XFL Sea Dragons are absolutely trolling the fuck out of the
Houston.
out of the Houston Roughnecks after last week's win. I feel like we can cover. There's no Thursday games. There's actually a Monday night game this week.
Call for fucking Josh Gordon to get out the game.
I heard only half of that.
Oh, they cut it. They cut it for sure. Cause there were people in the announcers was like, did he just call for Josh Gordon to get out the game? The announcers felt like I felt like, are you fucking serious, Danucci? But
Good old Danucci. Vegas got their first win.
it was the toilet bowl, wasn't it?
Orlando, yes, it was the toilet bowl. Orlando's still winless at 0-5.
Shit, I mean, honestly, they need to go check out the Orlando Ghost. Hey, since we're talking about football, did you watch the A7FL top 10 last night? Oh, I did. I tuned in. I jumped in at 5, and I was there for the rest of the ride. Matter of fact, I think I jumped in as they announced 5. I was in for the rest of the ride. It was. I promise you.
I love what those guys are doing over there.
Man,
They're so entertaining. They're exactly what the A7FL needs. Shout out to Big Rob, Corey, and Matt Ryan. I mean, they do really, really good work, really good content over there.
Bro, they went last night. Yo,
I remember Rob said it on the show. People are gonna be mad at us for the show.
the owner from Vegas, one of the owners from Vegas, I think he's an owner or like a chairman or something like that. I forgot my man's name.
Derek.
Dark hair, long dark hair.
Don't know the look, just know the name. I think it might be Derek Duncan though.
Might be. He wasn't an announcer. He was
It,
like,
it was probably Derek, man.
yeah, that guy, he had me fucking cracking up, dude. He had me cracking up. When he was so hot about the night crawlers being at 4. Yo, I was fucking crazy. He was so hot, bro. He was so hot. Yo. Anyway, I don't want to get into it, but basically the reason why I brought that up is just because the Orlando Ghosts were 6, I think, on the top 10. I mean,
I believe so. Actually, let me bring it. I'm gonna bring it up right here because I actually kind of want to. I'm so happy you brought it up.
yeah. So the Orlando Ghosts are 6, and the Orlando Guardians, haven't had a win. They probably need to go. Hey, seems like you boys got something going on that we need to be a part of and kind of poach some of y'all players. I mean, we'll compensate you guys handsomely for these players, but we need them. They need them. They need them.
Real shit. Let me see. Okay, so this is the A7FL, the 3-on-1 podcast, top 10 power rankings for going into this season opening week. This weekend, A7FL kicks off March 26th, A7FL TV, and you can go catch everything A7FL on YouTube and on their podcast on the 3-on-1.
Make sure you
So they have
preseason ranking.
the Snow Tribe at number 10. They have the Animals at number 9, which I'm pretty sure they went over because I'm pretty sure the reason why they have the Animals at number 9 because Huff is now the quarterback there. They have the Ghosts at 8.
Oh, Ghosts at 8. Okay.
They have the Ghosts at 8. They have the DC Buzz at 7.
Oh, that's right. The Force is at 6.
The Force is at 6. Yeah.
Right, and then the fucking
Insomniacs at 5.
with the dice. Yep.
They got the Patterson U at 4.
Oh, the Nightcrawler's at 3.
Nightcrawlers at 3. Yeah.
And was mad.
Which that's respectable. What's he tripping about?
My man was mad about that. Yeah, I go.
The Watchmen at 2, because I mean, as we talked about with Corey, you know, the Watchmen is basically the Baltimore super team now.
Yeah, that's what Rob expressed.
Yeah. So they're number 2, and then of course, led by Sterry Codrington and Ashante Worthy, the Trenton BIC sitting the top at the number 1 spot. We got to get some Sacramento teams in this bitch. We're going to figure out how to do it, Kay.
Just saying. We got 2 Florida teams. Just want to go ahead and say that out there. 2, we got dos Florida teams.
Where?
The Nightcrawlers are out of Tampa, my guy.
Oh, that's right.
So,
they're
yeah.
number 3. And then who else?
Most likely, both of those teams have guys.
Oh, the Orlando Ghosts. Okay, I see that.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, so both teams most.
So you got 2 in the top 5. Okay, I think that's the only 2 teams in Florida. But okay.
I mean, most of those guys are from Lakeland. Look where they are. They're the 2 cities surrounding my city. I'm just saying. Just saying. Well,
Probably are Lakeland dudes on the Nightcrawlers and the Ghosts.
Oh, for sure. That's for sure. Honestly, man, I'm surprised Bait kick boxing and stuff too. So, but yeah, boy, Fino should have tried out for the XFL. I don't know if he did. I should have asked him.
How are you on this list? I kind of feel like it's perfect. I don't know why people were upset.
They were upset by a few different things. Like,
Did Corey announce anything?
I mean, Corey was Corey last night. Let's just say that.
No, I understand that, and and as he says, Corey Hammond's gonna fucking Corey Hammond.
And he definitely was Corey Hammond last night, and I loved it.
What did he say about the Snow Tribe at 10?
I didn't get to see that part. Like I said, I jumped in at 5.
All right. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm pretty sure he might have said something about him.
He kept referencing Patterson U playing them week 1 when they went.
That he hopes they're gonna kill them type of thing, or what are we?
No, he's saying they could have, like, he was just referencing, like, they could have a real test at against the top 10 team against week 1. So he was just saying.
I don't know if he talked about it then.
He alluded to it. A lot of people, what Corey was saying.
No, I'm dancing around it because I don't know if he's announced it, and I don't know if I have the green light to say anything. Because he's told me.
Well then, yeah, don't say no.
So, but speaking of Corey Hammond, we are gonna have the great Corey Hammond with us on Friday's show, before A7FL takes off this weekend, and he will be able to let you know everything that I can't. So that's what I'm saying. I'd rather have him tell you everything that's going on than me tell you everything what's going on. But Corey Hammond will be with us on Friday for that show. It's going to be a big Friday for us because there's a lot going on this weekend, especially A7FL and everything else that goes along with it.
Hey, can I announce something?
Go ahead.
Hey, so guys, I'm playing this season. Wasn't, but I am the River City Tigers.
River City Tigers.
Yeah, they're out of Sacramento. So.
Oh, you'll be out here.
My game this Saturday is out there.
Oh shit! This Saturday?
This Sabado.
Where?
I'm gonna send you the info.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got you.
I was doing film study, getting crash courses, talking shit. I got a bunch of guys from when I played on the Canes on that team. Got a bunch of players I played with already, and I'm back with Tim Brown's grandson. So
let me borrow your camera so I can video that.
Say no more, sir. Bring the Canon, and I'll charge all the batteries. And I know what the fuck you're doing, and I'll bring the tripod, the good one.
Yep. I'll try and get some good film and put that out there. Gotta let the people see.
Question for you.
Go ahead.
How well can you function the camera high, sir? Because you will be high, sir. You will be high, sir.
I'm good.
Okay.
I am functional.
I'm just saying, because I'm not sure, because hey, look. All right, I can't say that anymore because we're from the South, so we both know that that's acceptable for where we're from. Oh no, you know I was gonna go there. So, but no, I used to say, like, when we're in college,
Smart man.
I get semi-disabled. Yeah, I used to say that.
He still went there. Okay.
I said it a very acceptable way. Like, this is the most respectable way to say it
that you can think of.
Tell me another more acceptable way.
I'm not, because I'm not gonna take that. I'm not taking this ride with you, okay? I'm not.
You're in a Texas sweater, bro. You in this ride by default.
I just call people stupid. That's what I say. If they're stupid, they're stupid. I just call them stupid. That's just.
And we just ticked our first class ticket.
Yeah, we're on the fucking ride. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us on this Wednesday. We appreciate Caleb Sunshine, the F1 guy, talking all things Formula One. Hans Themistode talking all things boxing. Get on that this weekend. Plant versus Benavidez. You're not going to want to miss this fight. Also, A7FL begins this weekend once again. Friday, Corey will be joining us to talk all things A7FL before the opening week happens. Once again, Jaffa Army, we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Fucking love you. For myself, JP, for the 6'10 beast from the Southeast, Mr. Country K, which he's going to say something with one more thing.
Yeah. In the Sacramento area, make sure you check out the game in Sacramento. It'll be a battle of Sacramento. It'll be the Tigers versus the Fury. Details will be given to you on Friday show. I don't know the details right now because I don't know where the flyer is right now. But that's neither here nor there. We're Elevated Sports Talk Show for the Elevated fans, so you guys understand.
We appreciate the hell out of you guys. We will see you on Friday. Deuces.
Aloha.